No more messes. That is the rule. That is the rule. All right, here we go, getting ready to restart what was an endurance race. We are now down to a 6-lap sprint. Let's take a look at the grid based on the place on the track. The MCRA restart procedure requires that racers be placed back where they were on the track, not necessarily where their position in the order. So in the front row of the grid, it's going to be Ernie Miller. Next to him in the expert field, it's going to be David Lakovich on the number 21, the Honey Badger himself. Jesse James in third on the 835. Dominic Lurd on the 88. And then not present will be Justin Canolti, who was your race leader before dropping the bike in turn 8, in turn 10, coming on to the front straightaway. Dropping the bike is a euphemism for one of the most spectacular crashes we've ever seen, and we've got the photo evidence to prove it. But Justin seems to be doing okay, but he will not be rejoining this race. And it was a great battle in those initial 10 laps as Ernie Miller and Lakovich battled it out with Canolti right from the start. In the second wave, it's going to be the amateur field, and in the amateur field on the front row of the grid, it's going to be Brian Botrager on the Buell 1125, John Winter on the 36, and Ken Corse on the 512. Now, your amateur leader at that particular moment was Todd Knauer, and he will be on that front row of the grid. He was leading the race, and behind him in second was Robbie Graber. Michael Valentine had just made the pass for third position over Kyle Given, who is gridded in fourth. Josh Cox, the groom for tonight's wedding, Josh Cox was running in 5th position. Joshua Cox on the 598. We really hope nobody hits the groom. We should have given him a big piece of duct tape. Nick Square, the quiet professional, did not get a great start, but was storming up the field and had Josh Cox in his sights as he made the way through. Then we've got Aaron Edwards, who challenged early, then Adam Lang on the 484, then Donnie Land rounds out your amateur field. As we get ready to get started, the 3 board is up. The grid marshal is getting everybody in their correct position as we spool up here for the restart of this GT race. So our experts are going to go first. Here we go. There's the 2 board. Now we've got the 1 board. And we've got sideways, green flag, and Lakovich gets a great start. Ernie Miller, Jesse James, what a great start by all 3 of those racers. 1 board, sideways, green flag, and here comes the amateur field as Robbie Graber charges through the crowd to try and get on the back tire of Todd Knauer, who's going to lead him into turn 1. And Ernie Miller around Lakovich on the outside of 3. What a bold pass there as Jesse James is your leader, charging down into turn 4. Great start by Jesse James. Ernie Miller hot on his heels. Lakovich right there with him. And Dominic Lurd rounding out your expert field. Robbie Graber with a much better start this time. Hot on the heels of Todd Knauer into turn 6 Alpha as they make their way. Ernie Miller, your new leader, baby. Yes, Ernie Miller, your new leader, as they head down to the goat trail. And that's going to have Lakovich lining up Jesse James for the next lap too. There's Kyle Given running in third amateur right behind Robbie Graber. Looks like Nick Square got the better start this time ahead of Josh Davis. There goes Miller, Lakovich, and James onto the front straightaway. It's Knauer, your leader for the amateur field. Robbie Graber in second, Kyle Given in third. take a look back here. Who's in fourth? That's Nick Square and a couple of other guys. I don't have the binoculars at the moment, so I can't give you, couldn't read the numbers that quick. Ernie Miller continues to lead. Jesse James in second. Thank you, Stig. Jesse James in second with Lakovich hot on his heels as they make their way through turn 6. And hello, Seth. Welcome. Lakovich about 4 bike lengths behind Jesse James. Ernie Miller has checked out on the expert field. Ernie Miller has just taken a flyer and onto the front straightaway with about 5 bike lengths between himself and Jesse James. In the amateur field, Nick Square with a much better start. Josh Davis, the groom this evening, did not get a great start. He was running 5th at the red flag and now has given up quite a bit of ground as Kyle Given runs in 3rd place overall. Nick Square in 4th. Michael Valentine 5th. Our expert field looks pretty well established as Ernie Miller continues to charge to the front with probably 7 or 8 bike lengths. Now Lakovich starting to make a move on Jesse James. Can't do it there. Trying to go on the inside. Lakovich with the pass. Moves into 2nd place into turn 7. The entrance to turn 7, Lakovich, the Honey Badger himself, now in 2nd place. Todd Knauer with Robbie Graber starting to reel him in a little bit. Todd Knauer's got Robbie Graber hot on his heels as they make their way through turn 7. Graber's about 4 bike lengths back. Kyle Given several bike lengths back in 3rd. Nick Square starting to reel him in a little bit. Michael Valentine behind Square. A couple of other guys in the mix behind him. Josh Davis looks to be picking up the pace now, trying to catch up toe with those 3 riders ahead of him. And we are halfway. Attention in the paddock, attention in the paddock. First call for mock race. First call for mock race. First call for mock race. This is a 6-lap sprint. Ernie Miller looks like he's got it sewn up for the experts. Lakovich in 2nd, Jesse James in 3rd. Bike number 36. Looks like he's serving his stop and go penalty. He is back on the track. Really? Did you see what number it was? Okay. So let's see, Todd Knauer continues to lead Robbie Graber. Kyle Given in 3rd for the amateur field. Square in 4th. Michael Valentine been shuffled back a little bit. I can't tell by whom. Try and get a bike number next time through. Looks like the 484, or excuse me, the 870 of Aaron Andrews having a much better showing this go around. So there is Valentine, there's the 484, there's the 870, there's Josh Davis slowly chipping away at those guys, trying to reel them back in. Don Land out there putting in some good laps as we get geared up here for this finale. Lakovich position still holding. Robbie Graber still in 2nd for the amateurs. There comes the 36 of John Winter. Onto the front straightaway come your leaders. Ernie Miller with a big lead, really dominating this thing with 1 lap to go. There's the white flag. There is the white flag. Attention in the paddock, attention in the paddock. This is second call for mock race. Second call for mock race. Todd Knauer and Robbie Graber make their way around Dominic Lurd, with Graber starting to reel in Knauer. 1 lap to go. Kyle Given a solid 3rd. Nick Square a solid 4th. Looks like the action's going to be with Knauer and Graber. Graber has closed the gaps down to about a bike length and a half. And Graber looks to make a move as they go into turn 4. No, he's not going to get it done there. The inside of 6, not going to get it done there. Knauer's going to have to put the hammer down as Graber had him to within half a bike length. And now is he going to do it here in 7? Come on, Todd's going to hold him off for now. It's going to, if it comes down to a drag race, Knauer's going to win that with that big ZX10. Here comes the checkered flag, and Ernie Miller will win. Jesse James is going to come down to the line. Jesse James and Lakovich is going to come right. Jesse James takes second, nips Lakovich at the line for second, and Robbie Graber takes the lead. No! Todd got him back! Todd Knauer won the drag race to the line. Todd Knauer, your winner. Robbie Graber in second. Kyle Gibbon in third. Nick Square in fourth. What a finish. What a finish. Woo!
He came like a freight train.
All right. Just as a reminder, we will be doing all awards after the GTL race. We will be doing all awards after the GTL race.